I believe that the human family is one. That's a matter of faith. I believe that Thomas Jefferson's insight, although it wasn't self-evident, and I don't think he just meant men, I think he meant all human beings are equal. It's certainly not self-evident to our senses. Some people are tall, some are short, some are smart, some are dumb, but they're all equal spiritually in the eyes of wisdom. So these are two things that I believe. And there are two forms of arrogance in the modern world that are threatening that equality of human beings and the sacredness of human beings. One is the arrogance that through technology and through manipulating the natural world, all human problems can be solved. All human problems can be solved. Security, ultimate security, can be obtained. And what happens then is the how overtakes the why of the pursuit of security. The how overtakes the why. We forget the why. When the how overtakes the why, we end up with law without justice, art without beauty, religion without love and transcendence, and weapons without security. The ultimate burlesque distortion of that being nuclear weapons, because the more you improve the weapon, the less security you obtain. A mere 100 of these weapons being used, less than 1% of the existing arsenal, would throw at least 5 million tons of soot into the stratosphere, ending agriculture as we know it, ending civilization. So if Pakistan used its arsenal against India or vice versa, or a small portion of the arsenals of the United States and Russia would actually be used, civilization ends. The country that would use them first would be killing. And we're not mutually assured destruction, it's self-assured destruction. We've gone from mad to sad. Because we're intoxicated by this power. It's intoxicating to have this power. And there's no formal debate about it. I'm glad to say that the Parliament of the World Religions has forcefully come out for the abolition of nuclear weapons. And certainly, you should know about Pope Francis' position on this issue. Pope Francis has said that the mere possession of these is immoral and must be stopped. Not just the threat of use, but the mere possession. So we've seen an evolution in thinking in the spiritual community on this issue. This arrogance of science. And we know also that we're melting the planet because of this arrogance. We forgot the why. The why was to enhance human life. That's what science is about. It's a tool, not an end in itself. The other arrogance that I think is very dangerous in modernity is the idea that my group's explanation of the great mystery from which we arise and to which we return is so much better than somebody else's that I can put their dignity and their right to be equal to me at issue. That whether I'm a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, a Hindu, an atheist, that my explanation of where I go when I die and why I was born is so much more important than yours that I could kill you over it. I remind everyone here, particularly the interfaith community, that the reason for the modern state, which was created in 1648 in a place called Westphalia, the reason for it was that Christians in Central Europe were slaughtering themselves over whose definition of Jesus' love was superior. A third of Central Europe was slaughtered. South Asia doesn't have a monopoly of this. Hindus and Muslims don't have a monopoly on this madness. And in the Old Testament, you can't deny that Jericho was a genocide. It's there. You can't deny that in the Bhagavad Gita, it's on the eve of a battle. Krishna doesn't say you can't go to war. You can't deny that. You can't deny that the Muslim community in Medina defended itself or the use of force. You have these stories in all the religions. You have these stories and situations in all the religions. But you also have the story of transcendence. the story of unconditional love, the story of the power of the Creator, the story of the pursuit of saintliness, the pursuit of our full humanity. So, Catholics and Protestants were slaughtering each other, and a bunch of lawyer wonks got together in a place called Westphalia and created the modern state. That's how we got the modern state. It didn't exist before then. You had city-states in the Holy Roman Empire in Europe, and now we have states. That's why it was created. Now, the thing we've created has become an end in itself. Nationalism has become a kind of idol. Just like religion can become an idol. When religion itself becomes the why, we forget that it's a how. The why is love. The why is peace, shanti, salam. The why is compassion.